What's up, everybody? Joe White here with a little part two, I guess you could say, to my earlier video that kind of covered the Hollywood Reporter's article on this huge 80 plus billion-dollar deal by Netflix to acquire Warner Brothers. So apparently they're not acquiring the television networks, but they are. I said in that video I did not know at the time, but apparently they are acquiring HBO and HBO Max. Netflix now owns Game of Thrones. Netflix now owns, True Blood. Netflix now owns The Sopranos. Oh my God. That's crazy. And they own the HBO network. Now, as far as the HBO network itself goes, I don't think that's going anywhere. I think that they are going to keep that as it is. I think that they're going to continue the subscription. You may see an HBO Live channel pop up on Netflix. But as far as HBO Max goes, think of it this way. Why would you need two streaming services when you could house everything into one? And Netflix is a well more known, brand than HBO Max is. Now HBO has been around longer. But Netflix, as far as the streaming game goes, oh, you got Netflix. Yeah, you Netflix. You got HBO Max? What's that? Oh, I don't have HBO. No, this is their streaming service. No, I don't have that either. So why would you need the upkeep, why would you need the expense of two streaming services? Also, Discovery is not a part of this deal anyway, so anything from like the Food Network, HGTV, anything like that is going to be going off of that streaming service anyway. So, David Zaslav is a smart guy. The man who famously called CM Punk, quote, one Bill Phil, according to Punk. Which I don't think he's ever really called him that, but anyway. They, he said as much when he took over. When, the Warner Brothers Discovery deal happened, he said, I'm going to hype this up. I'm going to get this up to where I can sell it, and I'm going to sell it. He was not in this for the long haul, guys. So we have to think of it that way. David Zaslav was never in this for the long haul. So I think that HBO Max is going to quietly go away within the next couple of years after this deal goes down. And what does that mean for AEW? What does that mean for WWE? Well, I think if I'm Netflix, I'd much rather be in bed with a brand such as WWE, who has a more global presence, a more known presence, that is actually going to draw me at least 1 million viewers a week, as opposed to AEW that's only drawing about 500,000 a week. So Dave Meltzer right now is probably shitting himself. Tony Khan, especially right now, is probably shitting himself. What are we going to do? We got to find a new streaming home. Well, two streaming homes are about to become one. He can't go knocking on Netflix's door. He can't, maybe Amazon, since they're already in bed with him. Maybe their Dynamite streams on Amazon. Then again, you got to look at who's going to buy the television network, because Warner Brothers Discovery, as WBD, is still looking to spin off and sell the television networks. Discovery, HGTV, True TV, TNT, TBS. HBO's now not part of the deal. CNN is a part of the deal. CNN is huge. So you got to kind of wonder here, what is going to happen to AEW? I think AEW just lost its streaming home. Therefore, these big numbers that we've been hearing, they do 500,000 people a week on streaming. Not anymore, you're not. Not anymore. And then there's a rumor of Netflix is not happy with the WWE. It's not bringing in as many viewers a week as they thought it would. During Thanksgiving week and even the week after, when we get the numbers for this past Monday, I still don't think they're going to crack into the top 10 because Stranger Things came in and just walloped them. I mean, big time, walloped them. And there was a rumor that 35 million people have watched all 5 episodes of Stranger Things. 35 million people. WWE would kill for a tenth of that. Hell, WWE would just kill for the 5 million, no longer the 30 million. So, yeah, it just goes to show that Netflix is a big brand. They have a way of producing big stories and big, it's not just Stranger Things, Orange is the New Black, Making a Murderer, all these true crime shows that they did. K-pop Demon Hunters, even though I didn't get it, I didn't watch it. It has a song that is an Academy Award nominated song. So it's crazy how, now Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones and all that is going to be under one roof now. Harry Potter, golly. Well, the new Harry Potter television series is going to be under the Netflix banner, folks. That's crazy. That is crazy. As a kid, I could have never imagined there being a Netflix to begin with. I remember when Netflix first started, this concept of mail order DVDs. You mail, you subscribe, pick out what you want. We'll mail you the DVD in an envelope. You get to keep it for a week, and then you got to send it back. Then they started streaming movies on the internet, when streaming was just a baby at the time. You used to go to places like eBaum's World, and you used to have to wait 5 minutes for a little 10-second video to download and play. Now they're a multi-billion-dollar conglomerate. They just paid, if you're Warner Brothers this morning, if you own share in Warner Brothers Discovery, you're a happy cat this morning, man. But anyway, I think that AEW right now, they're calling up Zaslav this morning, like I said, and wondering what the hell is going to happen, because they just lost their streaming home. There's no way they're going to keep these two separate, in my opinion. You don't need to. You don't need to burn the candle at both ends when you have this many subscribers for Netflix. What you can do is say, hey, guys, Netflix is now the streaming home of Friends. Netflix is now the streaming home of Lord of the Rings. Netflix is now the streaming home of favorites such as True Blood and The Sopranos and Game of Thrones. So come subscribe today. Or they could say, everybody who's HBO Max, guess what? You get a free month of Netflix, and then you can decide whether or not you want to keep us or not. And a bunch of people are going to keep them. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Is AEW screwed? I sure hope so. Why would you say that, Joe? Because I'm sorry. Jim Cornette said it best a long time ago. Those who want to be in the, those who have the, he was talking about people running a wrestling business, and he said, those who know how don't have the money, and those who have the money don't know how. And Tony Khan falls into the latter. I don't care that he's a wrestling savant and can tell me who wrestled in the ECW arena in March of 2000. He's a dadgum snowman. He's a cokehead. He's got no business running running a wrestling business. He's a money mark. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. We'll see you down the road.